Sometimes life throws challenges at you not to expose your weaknesses, but to help you uncover hidden strengths you never knew you had. Think about it. Those tough moments aren't meant to embarrass you or highlight where you fall short. Instead, they're opportunities to learn more about who you truly are and what you're capable of overcoming. It all starts with paying attention. Watch how others handle their struggles and reflect on your own behavior. Often, by observing the way people act, you can pick up on little habits or attitudes that might need a little tweaking. Instead of mindlessly copying someone else, use what you see as a chance to improve yourself and your outlook. Now, let's be real for a minute. If you allow people to treat you the way they naturally do, without setting any boundaries, eventually you might find yourself resenting them. It's important to recognize that you deserve better than being mistreated. Sometimes, you have to step back and say, enough is enough. It's not about getting into constant battles or holding grudges. It's about understanding your own worth and not settling for less than you deserve. There are also times when the best thing you can do is to simply take a break. When the world feels overwhelming, find a quiet spot, sit down, and give yourself a moment to breathe. It's perfectly okay to disconnect from the chaos and spend some quality time with your thoughts. Giving yourself that space can make all the difference when you're trying to figure out your next move. When life gets hard, and trust me, it will at times, it's tempting to wish for an easier path. But here's a secret. Wishing for an easier life won't make the obstacles disappear. Instead, decide to build your own strength. Choose to become tougher, more resilient, and more determined. That decision, made in the heat of adversity, can empower you to face whatever comes your way with a sense of purpose. Another piece of advice that might sound a little counterintuitive is to respect your adversaries. It might seem odd, but sometimes the people who challenge or even oppose you are the ones who see something in you worth noticing. In a way, if your critics aren't just tearing you down, but actually pushing you to be your best, then maybe, deep down, they believe in your potential, even if they don't say it outright. Have you ever noticed that sometimes it's not the people who change, but the masks they wear? What that means is that as you grow and gain confidence, the pretenses and facades you once relied on start to fall away. Embrace this process. Learn to be gentle in your interactions without mistaking gentleness for weakness. At the same time, cultivate an inner strength that doesn't resort to aggression or violence. True strength is about balancing compassion with firmness. If you're aiming to take control of your life, the first step is to work on your mindset. Your thoughts are the one thing you have complete power over. By training your mind to focus on what matters and to ignore the noise, you can start steering your life in the direction you want it to go. Remember, a dream without a clear goal is just wishful thinking. It's only when you set tangible targets that your dreams begin to transform into achievable plans. Learning the right balance between speaking up and knowing when to stay quiet is another valuable life lesson. There are moments when it's best to mind your own business, and other times when your voice needs to be heard. Mastering that timing doesn't come overnight. It's a skill that develops through trial and error. Once you get it right, life tends to run a lot smoother. Money, for instance, might seem like the ticket to happiness, but it's not a guarantee. While having cash can make things easier, a lack of it can create significant hurdles that test your resilience. And sometimes, the people closest to you, your family and friends, might not always have the best advice for your unique situation. It's crucial to learn how to make decisions for yourself, even when others' opinions conflict with what you feel is right. Change often happens when you step out of your comfort zone and challenge the routines you've become so accustomed to. It requires making practical choices about what you really want out of life and being honest about what you're willing to sacrifice to get there. If you don't take control, you might find that life ends up making decisions for you, and that's rarely a recipe for happiness. It's also essential to keep your priorities straight. While relationships are important, don't let them overshadow your goals. Sometimes, putting your dreams on the back burner in favor of keeping everyone happy can backfire, leaving you feeling unfulfilled in both areas. And if you ever find yourself on the brink of giving up, take a moment to remember why you stuck with it for so long in the first place. That memory can reignite your drive and remind you of your true purpose. Experience is a great teacher, even if it sometimes comes in the form of bad decisions. Every mistake you make teaches you something valuable, and over time, those lessons add up. Hard work doesn't go unnoticed either. Luck often favors those who put in the effort, even if that prospect feels a bit intimidating at first. In fact, feeling a little anxious about the challenges ahead might just mean you're on the right track. Lastly, one of the quickest ways to lose respect, both from yourself and others, is by acting like you know it all and shutting out advice. No one has all the answers, and growth often comes from listening to the people around you, even when their perspectives differ from your own. Enduring hardships isn't fun, but those tough times are what carve out the best version of you, equipping you with wisdom and strength that can't be bought or taught in any other way. So take these lessons to heart. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and remember that every setback is just a setup for an even greater comeback. Life isn't about avoiding the storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain and coming out stronger on the other side.